Welcome everybody, welcome back to World of Warship Blitz. This time in the Tier 5 British cruiser the Emerald on the Aurora base capture map. So the Emerald is the ship one tier down below the Leander. The Leander is quite a significant improvement, so the Emerald has 7 guns, 5 of them are ranged along the centre line and 2 of them on emplacements on the side. Means you can get a maximum broadside of 6 guns, but because they're sort of centre line mounted guns and not turret, it takes a little bit more sort of work to try and get a reasonable broadside out. So you can see there, that sort of arc forward, you can get 6 guns, but yeah, in the Leander, it's just a little bit more coordinated. What it does have is 2 sets of 3 torpedoes, which is a huge advantage, having that second torpedo launcher. What am I doing here? Well, I started out, I saw there was a destroyer on our team, a destroyer on their team. Our destroyer then started driving off in the opposite direction, so rather than sort of provide sort of front escort, I thought I'd provide close-in escort. Now, this destroyer, this Clemson destroyer, obviously is either a new driver or someone who's had a few drinks in him, because here he is, he's doing circuits, he fired his guns as he passed me. He's not actually being much value. Now, as a destroyer, if you're out the front, even if you're a little bit out the front, what you can do is you can help ensure that we spot those destroyers before they get into reasonable torpedo range. So what I'm going to have to do is try and fill that role without getting too far out ahead, because if I get too far out ahead and I get spotted and I'm the only thing to shoot at, then I'll get lots of incoming shots. And a wounded cruiser at the start of the game is a pretty big priority target. Right, we've seen a Phoenix, so some guy's trying to sneak down the side there. We open up on him. He's heading in towards a battleship, so maybe I didn't need to bother. Now this is a bit of a trial. What I'm doing here is I'm dropping a smoke screen for that ship behind me, but he's quite busy just driving all the way through it, so I thought that he could use some cover. It's not something I've tried very often, and it's probably not something I'll try again. And then we spot a cruiser coming down. He's snuck around the back, he's trying to take the cap. This Chuan, this French cruiser, I think it's a tier 4. Okay, so he gets his guns, opens up on me. I bring the turn in. I fire some torpedoes. Now what I'm trying to do with these torpedoes is just one salvo. Man, that guy's getting me. I wish I hadn't dropped that smoke. That one salvo is just designed, if he's really hungry for the cap, then that salvo is going to hit him, basically. So it was just an area denial salvo, and that's all I was trying to do. Now if he'd turned away, then he wouldn't have had anything to worry about, but here he is. He's doing a bit of weaving, hardly enough, but he's trying to get into the cap. Now I'm getting targeted by some ships because I'm a cruiser on low health, but at least I've got the turn going. And all I'm doing here is just punishing him for trying for the cap. That's all that's happening. I get hammered again, my guns come up. I've only got one gun firing forward, but that's enough to take him out. If you're in a cruiser and you're trying for the cap, that's cool, but just be aware that you may have to maneuver in order to fight your way in there. And then I head across the cap to the destroyer. We can see that Britannia's getting hammered. If I can take some shots of them, I will. This Svetlana is my next target. Actually, the Nicholas is my next target. Now that comes into view. That's my specialty. That's what I'm here for. So I basically show him a bit of attention. That Königsberg, by the way, does extremely well. He's done extremely well to hold this flank off. I get some smoke out, start the reverse. That'll give me an opportunity to get some torpedoes off. I keep the pressure on the Nicholas. That doesn't hit. So instead I give the Congo a shot. Oops, out of the smoke. That's no good. And yeah, no, I think this Congo is history. But it won't be me that gets him, not with my little AP guns. I'm doing tiny amounts of damage to him because of his armour. and he's obviously decided that he would try and take the easy option, which is a low health cruiser. So I'm detected. So the Nicholas hasn't gone far away, and he knows that in order to win this game, he has to get into our capture zone, which is what I'm going to prevent him from doing. So he could do anything. He could come and attack. He could hide out there and launch torpedoes at me. What I'm doing is this rather large slalom and keeping my nose pointed to his last direction. And then I overshoot as normal. Give him some shots. Right. Now he's turning to put a brace of torpedoes in. So I'm going to keep that turn up. I'm going to fire that, deny him, and that in case he turns back in. And I've got torpedoes out the other side. Now, being a Nicholas, he's probably going to try and turn back in. And the reason for that is that he's going to try and get his torpedoes on the other side off. So we take him out. And that's the game. Actually, the Königsberg, who was fighting the rearguard action against all those ships, he actually got a better score, which was good on him. He did a really good job of protecting that flank. I'm sure that Phoenix must have gone down to him. So, a slow game, 62 main battery hits, 4 torpedo hits, but 2 ships destroyed. The light ships, they're my targets, and that Königsberg did really good damage. The Königsberg is a very good tier 5. Anyway, that was the game, so I hope you enjoyed it and learned a thing or two. The Emerald is a great ship. I like it. It's obviously not the same as Leander, but it's a great deal of fun against destroyers.